Released in 2015 for mobile devices, WWE Immortals is widely regarded as one of the best WWE mobile games to date, offering up supernatural versions of WWE superstars with Mortal Kombat-esque gameplay. Since the game's release, fans have long requested a console version that would see 2K offer up something along the lines of Injustice, giving fans a solid beat-em-up title to fight alongside the more traditional sim game. Whilst those requests may have fallen on deaf ears, recently I was sent some artwork from WWE Immortals and I had it pointed out that a lot of the levels and even some of the character designs featured in WWE 2K20 appear to have been inspired by those seen in Immortals. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of these elements that were either inspired by Immortals or could just be one big coincidence. So let's start out by revisiting WWE 2K20's MyCareer Mode as Red and Trey go in search of The Undertaker and visit Papa Shango in the arena's boiler room. Now, the boiler room is the first coincidence that pops up, as Immortals also featured a boiler room level where players could brawl, with this arena featuring a furnace in the background, barrels, vents and other items that you would expect to see in a boiler room. However, due to the boiler room being an actual area used in WWE, I'm going to put this one down as a coincidence. After the interaction with Papa Shango, Red and Trey meet Broken Matt Hardy, who takes them on to the next part of their journey as they travel to the Wretched Maya, which is our second coincidence. As you can see from this comparison, the Wretched Maya level is a swampy marshland with a dock that contains an old derelict house and a boathouse, which is something that also appears in WWE Immortals, as this game too features a similar area with a derelict house at the back and a second house over to the right, with even the lighting looking very similar. Again, this could just be a coincidence, as despite having a similar feel, 2K20's version is more land-based, whereas Immortals is set on the dock itself, which I guess could be more resemblant of the wide swamp. Either way, I think I'm going to side with this one also being a coincidence rather than inspiration. Getting back to MyCareer Mode, after defeating Nikki Cross and Bray Wyatt, Red and Trey find themselves transported to Hell's Colosseum, which is a giant arena set in Hell. This arena is our third coincidence, as comparing this arena with the one featured in WWE Immortals, and you can see the obvious elements that appear in both, such as the giant pillars with the chains, the gargoyle statues, the lava, and even the giant skull that appears as part of the entranceway, as whilst the skull is human in WWE 2K20, we have a similar giant skull in the background of Immortals, albeit that of a goat. Of the three similarities so far, this one is the one that I think could have been inspired by Immortals, as if Immortals had a ramp coming from the goat skull to the player area, I think it would look very reminiscent of 2K20. So there's three comparisons so far, all of which could just be a coincidence, or they could be inspired by Immortals, but what else is there? Well, aside from the level similarities, there's also a few similarities when it comes to WWE 2K Originals, as some of the characters featured in the DLC also bear a resemblance to those seen in Immortals, such as the hacker version of Asuka, who appears to resemble the evolved version of Paige, or the Apex Predator Randy Orton, who resembles the Viper version of Orton from Immortals. Whether or not these characters and arenas were inspired by WWE Immortals is something that we'll never know, but I would love to know what you think, so let me know in the comments if you think these are just coincidence, or if you think they might have been inspired by Immortals. For the arenas, I think the boiler room and the Wretched Maya are probably just a coincidence, although the Hell Arena and the fact that all three appear in order just as they do in Immortals, then that does make me wonder if the developers did draw inspiration from the mobile game. So what do you think of this? Do you think WWE 2K20 was inspired by WWE Immortals, or is it all just one big coincidence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, as I would love to hear what you make of this, and while you're there, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications for more WWE Games content. Until next time though, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.